This is Yohhamgambal. We're back playing Koudelka. Last time, we just finally freed Charlotte's spirit, either by beating her senseless or by telling her that her mother did indeed love her and she was able to pass on to the next world. Anyways, as you can see, there's been a little bit of off-screen grinding. Our levels are a bit higher. Our abilities are a little bit stronger and faster. And in that, though, not much has changed, and we're just going to continue on through the monastery. We are pretty much at the end area of the game. We are very close to the final ending of the game, so yeah, that's nice. I mean, that's nice in the sense that, yeah, anyways, we are in Patrick's quarters now. Anyways, of course, Patrick being the dude who's doing all the fucked up shit here. Anyways, if you come over here, there's some shotgun ammo shells. Definitely will take that for Jamesy boy. And we're actually gonna fight. That was a weird repeated sentence. We're actually gonna fight a new enemy. We haven't fought any new enemies in a long time besides bosses. And this is, I mean, we've kind of fought him before, but this is actually the Nobleman Spirit. Nobleman Spirit C. Of course, we fought this guy kind of before, which was the jailer, but he was a boss. So he's kind of like a different species of this enemy, but he's kind of the same. So this is the Nobleman Spirit C. His level is 35 to 40. His HP's 27. I mean, not 27. Sorry, 2,704 to 3,364. And MP ranges from 84 to 102. He's weak to fire, absorbs light, and is no water. A political prisoner of the Nimton Monastery, he was, as many others, brutally executed. His soul now wanders the monastery, seeking release from limbo. And we're just gonna light him up. Bam! Sorry, buddy. And after that, there's only one new enemy, and then that's it. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, we're very close to the end of the game now. There's just a couple more things to do. We are very close. But that's good, though. I mean, I had a real fun time. And as you can see, though, our abilities are actually quite a bit higher, which is nice. I've been putting a lot into Edward's HP, his vitality, because that's going to be important for a boss we take on in the next part. We're gonna fight an optional boss in the next part. A very hard optional boss. Harder than the final boss. But it's definitely going to be worth it for the weapon we get. Anyways, we got the Bastard Sword, which is good because I want to start leveling up Edward's heavy swords. And we also have a Earth Scroll. I was actually able to get it from a Mars. I wanted to get more, but I could only get one. And I trained for a long time, and I only got that one. So I just kind of gave up. Anyways, though, putting the Bastard Sword on Edward, because like I said, really want to train his heavy sword skill, because the secret weapon that we're going to be getting in the next part is a heavy sword, and it's going to carry James through the rest of the game. Of course, the rest of the game only has like one more part after that, but that's okay. Anyways, if you come over here, there's some bullets. These are arrows, actually really easy to miss. You can't even see them. If you come over here, though, and you flip this, you move the statue, it opens up this door over here. And we can go in, and we'll run into an old buddy. It's Roger Bacon. Of course, only Koudelka has been formally introduced to Roger. The other two characters have not met him yet. They've only seen him in his coffin.
I know it's around here somewhere. Well, what took you so long?
Roger,
The mummy
I
that was
haven't...
in the coffin? Since when have you two been acquainted?
I am no mummy. My name is Roger Bacon, and I'm just like any normal old man.
Hey, I've been around for 20 years, and I have yet to run across an old man as abnormal as yourself.
I see. Well, I've been around for 600 years, and I've seen plenty of abnormal people just like myself.
My dear old man, might you be related to the great warlock Roger Bacon, who made such a name for himself in the 13th century?
You are very knowledgeable. I am that warlock, Roger Bacon, you speak of.
You mean to tell me that you were born in 1210 and have remained alive and well until the present date of 1898?
Actually, to be precise, I was born in 1214.
What type of a joke is this?
That's my question.
This is no joke. I am the reputable Roger Bacon.
Very well then. if you were truly that Roger Bacon, then you'll be able to tell me with whom and where you studied.
Oh, that's easy. I entered Oxford in 1247 and studied under the tutelage of Robert Grosseteste. Although a good professor, I would not consider him to be a wise man. I penned my masterpiece, Opus Maius, as well as numerous other books on natural science. Being a visionary pioneer, I must say that my work has influenced generations of work that followed. But alas, in hindsight, that work pales in comparison to the work I did, copying the Immigré document for the Pope.
The Immigré documents. I figured you would know about that book.
Of course. It took me 5 years to copy the book in its entirety. I know everything there is to know the book.
What is it about?
Oh,
Is
it unravels the secrets of life that expand far beyond the largest field. It speaks of the secret rituals conducted by the ancient race of Fomors on immortality. The Fomors would claim the lives of the resurrected as their own. They reversed the laws of nature and the cycle of life. When the Druids took over the Celts, Alexander the Great penned the Immigré documents in Greek for placement in the Great Library.
Resurrecting the dead.
Oh,
It is true.
The document has long been considered the most dangerous work of literature. It was safely guarded in the caverns of the Supreme Pontiff's quarters. But apparently, the book was not able to withstand the wears of time over generations. And the Pope decreed that a new edition be created by copying the full text. That is where I came in. The Pope requested that I copy the book word for word. And when the work was finished, apparently, I was supposed to be killed. But I am not one to be dealt with so carelessly. I secretly escaped, and eventually I made my way to the sacred land referred to in the text of the Immigré document.
And the secret rituals? Don't tell me.
You need look no further than myself.
And you succeeded.
Though I cannot perform the same on others, yes, I have been able to escape the hands of death. But I have not been able to escape the roots of existence, which are the seeds of change. My body is not immune to change, as you can see by my hideous appearance. I've had nothing to do other than roam the earth for the last 300 years. I've seen what I can take of mankind's cruelty. So, I returned here for some rest. Well, enough of this gossip. I've got some research to do. May I ask to be left alone?
Very interesting. So, we learned a little bit about Roger. He's a very knowledgeable warlock and apparently was able to give himself immortality through these Immigré documents, which seem to be very dangerous and powerful texts, which will become even more important in the Shadowheart series as we continue on. But for now, they're just a text that is very dangerous and seems to hold many secrets to, I guess, things that would be considered blasphemy towards God. Anyways, if you throw this bolt down, we can go through the side door, which is just up these stairs. Nothing too important, but useful. But yeah, though, Roger Bacon is around 600 years old, but despite being immortal, he still is not able to avoid the passing of time, thus why he looks like a mummy. So his body still ages, but he himself does not leave his body. So he's kind of like a spirit trapped in a husk, which is kind of interesting. But James definitely seemed to perk up when he heard about the Immigré documents. But anyways, though, if we continue on, it's kind of interesting, I find, that Roger cannot perform the same ritual he did on himself to make himself immortal like he could to others. So it's almost like just a one-time thing? I'm not sure. But anyways, though, if you put that disc in that music thing, I forgot what it's called, you can get research notes. And these are actually These are pretty long, but it's all, I'm just kind of speeding through them. So if you want to read them, I would recommend you pause it and read it, or just go to the Wikipedia itself. But basically, though, we learn of these are the research notes. I think they are. Yes, they are. We learn about Patrick and what he was doing here in the monastery with Ogden, and he seems to have the emigre files. So if you remember, the emigre files were stolen from the Vatican. So it seems like Patrick was the one who took them to this monastery. And we now know that Elena is dead. And of course, we know the emigre documents can in fact bring back the dead. So, putting two to two together, we can guess that he was trying to revive his dead love. And as you can see here, yep, talking about bringing her back to life. Seems like he's kidnapping people. And it looks like he's going to do terrible things to them for the Druid experiment to work. But no turning back now. He's already killed a person. He might as well go all the way. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. What because in the not the last part, but the part before, we ran across Ogden, and we kind of saw his butchering grounds where he killed people. And of course, Koudelka was mentioning that Ogden's wife mentioned that it was mostly for revenge, but this seemed way too far just for revenge. And now we know that Ogden was doing this to help Patrick for the resurrection of Elena. Because it looks like you need a lot of bodies and a lot of blood to bring someone back from the dead. Yeah, Patrick's definitely going to hell for this one. Yep, the Tree of Life. That's probably what those branches are. All those roots we've run across in the monastery, in the church area. Well, I don't think that's really possible, Patrick. You've done a lot of bad. Done a lot of bad to bring back one single person. Kind of, honestly, kind of very selfish. Anyways, just gonna go ahead and just put some skills into Koudelka. Putting some more life into her, because it's always useful to have HP. You never know. I actually kind of like the music here. It's a little haunting, but kind of nice too. Something's not right. Uh-oh. You know what that means. When something's not right, there's a boss to be had. When something's not right, something's gonna go down. Anyways, though, the next boss, though, is null to water, so I have to change Edward's weapon because he's using a bastard sword that has the power of water. So, not very useful. The next boss is weak to fire, but unfortunately... Well, yeah, I do actually have that fire sword still, I think. Unless I broke it. I don't recall if it's broken from the training. Anyways, here we have the boss called Scapegoat. Ugh, gross. Yep, so this is the Scapegoat. It's level 35. Its HP is 9,216. Yeah. Its MP is 422. It's weak to fire, absorbs light, and is null to water. The anger and betrayal of fallen women given form, finally using their charms to entice men. There is now only a twisted mockery of their beauty. It is yet another crime against the natural order. So I'm guessing this, from the research notes, this is some of the victims that were butchered by Ogden and Patrick. And this is just the amalgamation of their bodies and souls coming together, I'm guessing, to seek revenge. And he shot a spirit bomb at me, but thankfully it looks like Edward's going Super Saiyan over there, so it didn't really do a lot, so it's okay. Look at that thing move, gross. Nasty. And I made James work on... I keep calling them by their wrong names, I'm sorry. I made Edward work on his agility skill so that he can make characters faster, which can actually be helpful. But since this thing's weak to fire, I'm just gonna blast it with some fire. Bam! Pretty good. Just like 3 more of those and it's dead. Yep, just 3 more. So this fight won't take too long at all. This fight's really not that hard, honestly. Really, none of the boss fights are particularly hard. I'd say there's some that are annoying, but not really hard. Except for the boss fight we're going to do in the next part. But it's a secret optional boss, so that's why it's kind of hard. It's just hard though because it's such a high level. God, that thing's gross looking. It just slaps Edward in the face, making a sloppy sound. Look at the way it moves. That's very unnatural. Looks like it has seaweed for arms. Gross. And I think I just keep making Edward just... What am I doing? You gotta move him. Nope, that's too... There you go, buddy. Good job, me. And then just keep poking him with the stick. Yeah, as you can see, James is just not gonna do a whole lot, unfortunately. So most of the damage is gonna be Koudelka. Koudelka really is just our, you know... Kind of our... What the hell am I doing here? Koudelka is kind of our go-to power. But she kind of is always, though. Koudelka just... Whatever character has high magic is always pretty much always useful. I don't think there's any time magic isn't useful. Sometimes there might be moments where you might want to hold off on magic, but there's never really a time when magic is never outright useful. And yeah, as you can see, James is boosting magic is way better now. I can now boost 9 times. Boost 9. Of course, that makes it way more expensive in the MP department. It makes it like 32. But as you can see, though, yeah. Before, she was only doing just 3,000, almost 4,000. Now she's doing a straight-up 5,000. Beautiful. One more hit from pretty much anyone, I think, will kill him. I think it's really close. Shoot him with the shotgun past me. Do it. Ah, I just keep powering up. Which works, but could have just killed him with a shotgun, I bet. Oh well. That's okay. And unfortunately, James can't do anything. But Edward! God, I keep mixing up their names. They're not even similar remotely in character. Edward is too close, so he can't poke him with the spear. But he can go ahead and use agility up. Just so that Koudelka attacks faster. The next attack Koudelka do is definitely going to kill the scapegoat. Another spirit bomb, but again, Koudelka has just got really high ki, so it doesn't even matter. She's got some serious ki going on. And intellect boost. Give her the good purple stuff. And Edward, if you could give her some of the good yellow stuff too, that would be nice. That sounded sexual, but I did not mean it like that. Do not give her a golden shower. I just want you to boost her agility. Thank you. 6 AP, baby. Not too shabby. I like the floor. The floor design's pretty cool looking. And then just let Koudelka do her magic. Unfortunately, though, Koudelka is silent, so she can't do magic. I think I end up killing her with, like, James or something. I think he just shotguns it to death. If I remember correctly. I don't remember, but I think James just shotguns the scapegoat to death. Which I think is kind of appropriate. Alright, James, you do it. Yep, just need a couple more hits. Good job. All that buffing for nothing. Yeah. And with that, though, that boss is done. And we get a level up, which, again, is always appreciated. Man, her magic is really high. Damn, she's got really high luck, too. Nice, I love when you get multiple levels. Yeah, because I'm kind of under-leveled. Like, that thing's level 35, and I'm just here level 29. Not too bad. Not too shabby. There we go. And we get the automatic pistol, which is actually a pretty decent gun because it holds 12 rounds, I believe. But unfortunately, though, it's not as strong as the shotgun, so we don't use it, which is a bit of a bummer because I do prefer the pistols over the shotgun. Looking like a German, yeah, German gun. What you doing with that? But unfortunately, though, it's just not really strong enough to keep up with what I want. Yeah, see, it's not nearly as good. So, none of that, unfortunately. None of that. But give James some more. No, don't look at them. Give James more rounds because he's already used them both. There we go. And with that, save and then leave out the door because we've already done everything we need to do here. But you need to do this though before you can continue on though. This isn't optional. Because I think some of the save points are optional. I think. Are they? No, because you got to get items from some of them. I don't think so. It doesn't matter. Anyways, we get a cutscene.
So this is Elaine.
Yes. She's the one I had the psychic vision of. Do you doubt it?
No, indeed.
Good. Let's begin.
It has been a long time indeed, Mr. O'Flaherty.
Oh, Elaine, is that really you?
Yes, it is. It is such a pity that we meet again, and I can only present myself to you in this form. This is the woman that responded to my voice, is it not? Thank you for doing this for someone like myself.
Elaine, I haven't yet come to terms. Please tell me how this happened to you.
Of course I will explain. James, 18 years ago, I was murdered by some thieves that broke into my home. I was helpless. Both Patrick and Ogden were out on business. There was nothing that anyone could do.
I will not accept this. This should not have happened.
Yes, Patrick responded the same exact way. He could not accept my death. He spent years and years perfecting his craft in wizardry and tried everything in his power to bring me back to life.
Resurrecting the dead? Is this for real? Hey, we're not talking about Frankenstein here.
Frankenstein?
That novel written about 100 years ago?
He was taking it very seriously. And he had found the key to actually make it happen.
The immigrant document.
Yes. With Ogden's assistance and the powers from ancient druids, he held a resurrection ceremony in this monastery.
But something went wrong, didn't it?
He only resurrected my physical body. As you can see, my soul is still doomed to roaming the universe, forever separated from my body. And the terrifying thing is that my body was resurrected as a heartless monster.
Monster.
Although the monster may look like me, it is not me. Mr. O'Flaherty, please turn my body into ashes with your power.
Ashes. But if I do that, we won't be able to bring you back to life.
Mr. O'Flaherty, I was robbed of my life by those thieves, and I could hate them as mortal enemies. Choose to think that my death was preordained by the Lord. Please, do not mourn my death. It was wrong for Patrick to try to resurrect me, to undo the work of God. Please, do not be sad. Death is at the heart of God's reasoning. I urge you to destroy my body. Its existence defies the wise providence of heaven. It mustn't exist in this world.
Wait! Elaine! God! Curse! What a cruel world! I gave everything for your happiness, and now what am I left with? I have no meaning in my life. Damn it! What have I been doing with my life? Elaine! Elaine!
Ooh, poor James. That definitely sucks. Yeah. You gave up the woman you loved to another man so that he could provide her with things that you couldn't provide, and she ended up dying, and then he ended up going crazy and trying to revive her from the dead with an ancient text, and ended up making a giant monastery. I mean, the monastery was already there, sorry. Using a giant monastery full of monsters and crazy things. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Anyways, though, if we come out this way, we're going to come across an old area from actually a couple parts ago, if you remember. We're back here. Yep. And we'll be coming back. We'll be going through here in the next part for a little reunion of sorts with a certain goblin-faced friend. But anyways, with that done, we need to go ahead and excuse me, I burped in my mouth, gross. We need to head over to the left, because now that we have seen that cutscene, the mysterious force that was blocking us up from the door is no longer present. So we can go this way. Come over here real quick, though. There's some books. We need to look at this. This is important. You need to look at that so that you can progress deeper inside of the area. Without it, you won't go any farther. Thankfully, though, it's really close, so if you miss it, it's easily found again. Over here, some shotgun shells, and a fight, and a level up. Look at that, 80 intelligence, baby. Whoa, man, Koudelka's gonna be hitting like a frickin' nuke with her magic. And James is gonna be able to take nukes with all that health. But with that, though, we can continue on. But grab these shotgun shells. Gonna need them for Jamesy boy. And then we can continue on this way. Come over here. We run across Patrick's secret quarters. Anyways, over in this cabinet is an empty bottle. You're going to need this for a little later. And if you read the label, it said acid proof or something like that. I forgot to go into the item description and read the bottle, but it basically says that it's acid proof. Anyways, if you step on the scale, it says Koudelka is 45 grams. Interesting. Or it says one of our characters is, I don't know. Anyways, come over here. We can pick up Patrick's memo. I'm going to need this to solve a puzzle that's going to happen in the next room. So as you read this memo, Patrick weighed more or less than 70 kilograms. Okay. Anyways, on the table is a Roman nut, which is actually a little difficult to grab. You just kind of got to mash. As you can see, I didn't even grab the nut. I grabbed the rifle rounds. You can also find black cats in here, so this is a pretty good place to do. It's not. One thing is, you might want to get Koudelka an item called the Cat's Eyes, which really increases her agility. It's really good. I didn't get it, but it's actually not a bad idea to get. Anyways, if we come over here, we can find a secret passage. Let me go down this way. We'll find, I think this is Antidote. It's either Antidote or Panacea. I don't remember. Okay, it's Panacea. And if we come on the scale, we're going to need to do a quick puzzle. Counterweight. So 70, you're just going to want to put 25. Because 45 and then 25 is 70. Yep, okay, I was making sure. I was just counting on my fingers. I was making sure I didn't look like an idiot. But yes, it is 70. Same as with that, we can leave. Because that door was locked before, but now it's not. And if you walk over to this guy on the ground, once the game decides to open up again, and we got some Listle and Antidote. Okay, cool. Listle's always useful. Antidote, really not as much, because poison, while annoying, isn't that detrimental. If you grab this, you can grab a tinderbox. This item is optional. All it does is get you a hidden weapon. It's actually... the weapon can actually be pretty good, but it's not going to be good for me, just because we're going to grab one of the best weapons in the game in the next part. So it kind of loses its luster. But anyways, though, if you come over here to this door, we need to find a way to dispose of Elena's body. So we can't go through that door until we figure out an idea. And of course, well, who would be the best person to ask about something like this? Well, someone who knows the immigrant documents like the back of his own hand. We'll just go ask Roger Bacon. He basically has the whole immigrant documents inside of his head after copying it for 5 years. And if anyone would know how to get rid of a body or destroy a spirit and body that's being resurrected through this dark magic, well, it'll definitely be him. So let's go ahead and have a little chit chat with him. Thankfully, he's really close by, which is nice. So that's good. That's very good. He's still in the same place, which is good. He's still busy reading, so we're just going to go ahead and interrupt him. Still engrossed in his reading. Hey, Roger Bacon, can I bother you for a minute? Need to ask you kind of an important question.
I know it's here. I saw it here. I put it here. What? Have you come round to see me again?
I want you to look at this.
Research journals.
I want you to tell us whether what's written there can actually happen or not.
Well, let me see. Yes, I see. Oh, that's right. Resurrecting the dead. Ooh, a cauldron. The Branwyn tales, indeed. Yes. It is most likely that the events detailed here did take place.
Just as I thought. But that's so frightening that
Personally, I have not attempted it. I am certain that the Immigrant document contained accounts of secret rituals conducted to resurrect the dead. But as you can tell from reading this, it involves complicated preparatory work. I had given up discerning the impossibility of using the psychic powers necessary to create such an immense psychic platform. Moreover, I never expected that people would attempt to challenge such a feat.
The journals say that the physical body was resurrected, but not the soul.
Absolutely. The ancients held the secret to life in the palm of their hands. But they could never come close to touching the secrets of the soul. They resurrected the dead in order to use their physical bodies as a workforce, thus building the great civilization we oftentimes speak of. In fact, we would not be far off if we called them puppeteers. Exploiting the human body as an object.
if so, then wouldn't
Yes, resurrecting the dead and restoring them to life as it was before death is impossible.
Then how do you return the resurrected body to Earth?
That is a very complicated question, since it already defies universal logic.
Please.
It is no easy task.
Tell me how. It's Woody Lane, God rest her soul, wanted.
Right. It is not absolutely impossible, but I would need to call forth the sacred powers in order to complete such a feat. Oh, yes. I know that the arm of Daniel Scotius, the man who built this monastery, is stored in a stone statue on the ground. If we throw that into a cauldron, we will successfully destroy the roots of the tree of life. Oh, after that, I haven't a clue whether to call forth the energies of fire or entrust the task to water. Oh, it is so complicated.
Fire or water.
What are we going to do?
Oh, Heavenly Father, bless our souls and bring forth an end to this suffering. Oh.
Well, okay, thanks, Roger. Thanks for your help. Well, with that, we can now go through that door. So now we kind of have an idea about what we're going to need to do to Elaine's body when we find it. And hopefully that will put her spirit to rest. Or, yeah. And give me that 90. There we go. Look at that 90. Beautiful. Yeah, look at those stats, baby. Oh, yeah. Ooh, 2 high potions. Very nice. And always helpful, since Koudelka is really the only healer. Anyways, with that, though, we can leave and continue deeper into the monastery. I don't know why I went this way. I should have gone the other way, because then I could have just... I would have been already up the stairs. I wasn't really sure what I was thinking there, but whatever. I made my choice. And was going back up the stairs. Just getting a little leg workout. It's okay. Koudelka, you know, they could use a little bit of the leg exercises. You know, you don't want to skip leg day. Anyways, though, with that, like I said, we can go ahead and head back to that room that we could not get into before, which is nice. It's good that Roger was so close, or that could have been annoying. Is that a boat? I think that's a boat there. Okay, anyways. Kind of looks like a boat, but I don't know. That's being hoisted over with a crane. Alright, see ya, dude. I think that was maybe a thief. Or maybe just got stuck here. Probably killed by Ogden. Yeah, we can go through here, and if we come over here, there's a puzzle, and I honestly don't know how you're supposed to solve it. Like, I mean, okay, I know how to solve it, but I don't know how you're supposed to know the answer to it. It's a little weird. I just kind of do it, and I just figure it out. Kind of, sometimes just like through repetition. Not repetition, but just, you know, what's the word? What's the word where you just do things and you cut out, like, you do it one way and then that doesn't work, so you just do it another way. So yeah, you just want to move these dolls in a certain position. So you don't want to move like the first one, I believe. No, you do want to move the first one, and you don't. Yeah, and then yeah, I have honestly no idea how you're supposed to figure that out. I don't remember. I'm sure there's something that tells you, but I just don't remember how to do it. I mean, what that thing is that tells you. So, in Koudelka level up again, these enemies are pretty fairly high levels, so you get a lot of experience pretty quickly. Which is good though, because in the next part, my character is, there's gonna be a crap ton of grinding. My character is gonna be like, I think level 50, or like, I mean like almost level 50 by next part, because we're fighting a secret boss in the next part, and you really need to be high leveled for it. And the next room is a pretty good place to do it, because you can find Marses. I only found like a couple, and I didn't even get any items from them, which sucked. But you know what though? I'm going to end the video here, and we'll go ahead and continue playing Koudelka in the next part. So this has been Yohhamgambal. Thanks for watching. See you next time as we continue traveling the monastery. Okay, bye then.